Welcome back, everyone, to the Late to the Game podcast, hosted by yours truly, Ellie. Today, I am joined by a most special woman, mod, writer, artist, day-to-day hero, Rachael Ross. So, to shake things up a little bit today, I thought we would get to know a little bit more about Rachael before just diving right in. But first, hello, how are you, Rachael, and what have you been playing?
Hello. Hi. I am doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for
Excellent.
asking.
It's like good checking,
Yeah.
I have been playing a variety of different games. I'm trying to find what I really want to switch off to.
Okay.
Post playing / streaming The Witcher.
Right.
So I am currently playing like Minecraft and Rogue Company, and on
Okay.
PlayStation I am playing Detroit Become Human on my off time.
Ooh.
Very good game.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah.
actually what I have on my list. It's been staring at me in my backlog, and I've been looking at it, and it's like it's got that beautiful poster design as well. So I look at it and I'm just like, is now the time?
Mhm.
But
It should be. It's so
yeah.
much fun. It's so much fun. I
Spoiler
love
free. How would you sell me on this game?
if you like making quick decisions and that have consequences, and you have 10-15 seconds to make an outcome happen positively or negatively, it's the game for you. If you don't enjoy that kind of stress, you won't enjoy the game.
See, that sounds like my absolute nightmare. That
Fair.
that
I didn't,
that
didn't do
amount
well
of
selling you then.
that amount. No, could have done a little bit better on that, but
My
it
bad.
feels like you
Sorry.
sold it really accurately, so I
Yeah.
respect it. But yeah, that. Oh God, that elevator pitch actually just like gave me anxiety. Like the idea,
No.
the idea of being like 10 seconds, important decision, go, is
I love
exactly
that
what
kind of
burned
game.
me. It burned me in Witcher. So like
Oh
every
no.
time that there is a choice situation, I'm just like, I just completely panic.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that kind of thing. I don't like it in The Witcher because I'm like, well, we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah,
But in this game, I'm like, that's the whole game. That's the whole point of the whole game.
fair. Yeah, maybe
And
I would be okay with it then.
yeah, it's not like, what you decide does determine the outcome, but
Right,
I haven't gotten to a point where it was like a drastic, terrible outcome. I don't know if I've just
right.
made the right decisions. I have played
Ooh.
gameplay before and seen people make different decisions, and not a great outcome happened.
I mean, I am
But
intrigued. You have
it's so
sold
it's
it in that way.
you should play it at least a little bit
Okay.
just to experience the graphics of it, because
Oh,
it is beautiful and the music is
okay.
super good and the characters are really well developed. So if you hate the choice options, you might still like it for the other aspects.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get away from the choice option in most like narratively driven games anyways. Like that's the
Right.
point. So it is just something I have to like suck up and deal with, and I will eventually play that. But I would love to actually have like the community or whoever's new is listening get to know a little bit more about Rachael. Like, who is this girl? Why is she so wonderful? Etc. Etc. So I'd love to know, how did you get into gaming? How did that start?
I I've been gaming since I was like 9. My dad brought home Age of Empires, the very first one.
Nice.
He made us read the manual before we could play the game, which
Amazing.
was torture for us as children. Like, I was 9.
Of
I didn't
course.
want to read a manual. I just wanted to play the game. And I actually, now that I'm an adult, I still wish that games came with a little pamphlet manual, because I
Yeah.
actually want to read those things. Like, I
Yeah.
learned so much from having to read the manual. Like, maybe it's a little bit strict for a child to
A
have to
bit.
do that.
For a
Just a
9-year-old.
smidge.
Yeah.
But yes, I grew up playing Age of Empires pretty much religiously.
Okay.
Would play with my siblings, and that's really like what got my feet wet into gaming.
Cool.
And then I also played RuneScape. I'm not even ashamed of it. I know a
Ah,
lot of people
RuneScape,
are,
yes.
but
I forgot we've talked about this. This is actually really funny. Okay, for the people listening or watching, Rachel's like contact picture in my phone is literally a picture of the cheese from RuneScape. Like
RuneScape or Skyrim?
RuneScape.
Is it really?
Yes.
That is amazing. I didn't know that.
It's a very specific picture. And whenever you and I like first started texting, we talked about RuneScape and I completely forgot about it. But I was like, this is your contact picture.
That is amazing.
I can't believe I forgot.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
I'm happy with that decision, if not for this payoff. Like
that's amazing. Incredible. That's so good. Oh man.
So as an adult that is that's like, because it's so funny, like we get a lot of like boomer culture where it's like, oh, people playing video games are children, like this is like a child's pastime, and it's very much not. Like it is very much for big kids.
Yeah.
And so as someone that is a big kid, you are also a streamer, so what made you want to stream?
The pandemic did.
Fair.
I don't have roommates, so I was so lonely. Like I did like a lockdown situation, didn't have any type of bubble. I'm in the States, so like there was not as much restriction, but I like self-imposed restriction because I was like, gotta do it for the community, gotta do this for society, staying home.
You were socially
100%.
responsible. Yes.
Yes, socially responsible, if you will. So I was just going crazy. Like I wanted to talk to people. Like I have friends you can FaceTime, but like at the same time it's different because everybody has their own lives. And so I was just like, I gotta do something. So I got a PlayStation 4. I had been wanting to upgrade anyways. Got a PlayStation and just set up a Twitch account. And I was like, I'm just gonna start streaming. I started streaming Skyrim because it's easy. I know it, and I was able to like interface with the game and chat if there was anybody, and just was reaching out for human connection in any capacity, pretty much. And that was what drew me to Twitch. And meeting so many incredible people really helped with getting through the pandemic. Like I was desperate. Like I'm an extrovert. I need to talk to people. And so Twitch was that outlet for me.
That's a hard breed in this day and age.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I was talking to my cats. I was like, it's gone too far. I need people.
See, though, I feel like, I mean, I feel like a lot of people make the mistake that through this pandemic, they're like, oh, introverts are probably thriving. They don't have to talk to anyone. It's like, that's not the fucking case. I'm very much similar to the lovely cats that you have in your home, in that I want affection on my time, and I want to choose to be alone at my of my own volition. And this pandemic was like, oh no, because I'm in Ireland, which had one of the toughest lockdowns in all of Europe. So I was basically only cumulatively free to move around past a 5 kilometer basis for, I think, like 4 months out of this past year, and that's cumulatively. So that's broken up a bit. But most of that was in last summer, where we could actually move around a little bit. But yeah, so it was dreadful to be so locked in, and they just like in the last couple of weeks opened us up so that we could actually go past a 5 kilometer basis. So yeah, I think a lot of people probably turned to Twitch and streaming because it was just like, how do I get some sort of like human contact when I absolutely can't get it anywhere? So yeah, I mean, that is completely
really
reasonable.
A good lifeline for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I had never had any interest in like Twitch streaming before. I know. Oh my gosh! Like one of the best things to come out of Twitch streaming / just being on Twitch has been you, because like
stop.
What a gem! What a gem of a human being. I'm not even just saying that because I'm on your podcast. Like I genuinely mean it.
She's lying to you. I told her to do this beforehand.
It's in a text.
Yeah. I sent instructions. I was like, you better make me look fucking great.
Yeah, that's what it was, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm very grateful that I don't remember if I followed you on Instagram or if you followed me on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this person seems cool. But I remember watching your YouTube video of like your first ever stream, and I was like, this chick seems cool. I should try to make it to one of her other streams. And then I did, and I was like sitting in your stream, and I was like, she's doing great. I don't really know if I should talk to her. Like,
Oh my god,
what if
I'm
she's
so
too
glad
cool
you
for
did.
me?
Too cool.
And then
such a loser.
And then the chat was just out of control, and I was like, she's new to this. I'm just gonna be a normal person in her chat.
And thank goodness. I remember that day.
Me too. I remember that day very vividly.
And I remember also for just some inside scoop for anyone that's like into the channel or whatever, directly after that stream, I received a Twitch whisper from Rachel saying, hey, it's probably kind of inappropriate that I'm asking this, but do you want a mod for your streams? And I was like, what even is that? Yes! Like,
yeah,
please.
you needed a mod. I was like, it doesn't have to be me, but like somebody that like can just be here for your because it was aggressive what you were dealing with.
Yeah, it was much needed, and I very much appreciate that.
Happy to help.
Yeah. So back to maybe the manual talk, if that's, since that was how you grew up. What games have meant the most to you growing up?
Ooh, I would say definitely Age of Empires still.
Yeah.
I played most of my childhood on that game. I still play it now. I played over the weekend with my brothers on multiplayer. We played for like 6 hours, I think.
Amazing.
And it's just such a fun game, and the multiplayer option is really what makes it for me. I don't really play it on my own time solo because it's not as fun. Working with your teammates, building your society, building your resources, building your armies, and then going and attacking using strategy and planning and tactics. It's just so much fun. And I feel like that game has really helped me like in my own personal life. Like I think very strategically, and I use that in my day-to-day job pretty much every single day. And still being able to go back to that game and learning new stuff, and applying different tactics to different battles to see how they play out is just, it's not gotten old for me. I love it so much.
Aw, that's so nice. I love that like the first game you were introduced to isn't holding on just because this is the first game. It's because there were genuinely like game mechanics that you were like, I love this. I want this forever.
I have tried to introduce it to people who have never played the game before, and they don't enjoy it. They're like, it's hard work, but I'm not going to come back to it for fun. And I was like, what? What do you mean? This game is amazing. So I might be biased with a little bit of nostalgia, but to me, it's just, it doesn't get old.
Nothing wrong with rose-tinted glasses, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So lastly, for our little like get to know Rachel section, we need a theme song. And I feel like you kind of answered this by saying like Skyrim when you've been streaming and stuff, but what games have gotten you through the pandemic, whether that's streaming or not streaming?
Probably definitely Skyrim and The Witcher. Skyrim, I started out, I really like those like large RPG style games.
No end in sight.
No end in sight. I don't want to reach an end. I just want to adventure. I just want to gain levels, gain loot.
All the loot. Oh my god.
I would say definitely both of those ones for sure. Were what got me through. And pretty much just streaming. I kind of use my stream time to actually like carve out my gaming time, because I have other pulls on my time. Yeah, and it's nice to have like, nope, I'm gaming at least 3 times a week, and that's really nice.
I love that.
Yeah,
I might need to do that.
Yeah, to me it's really important. Like I have always been one that's like, I game a little bit, and I'll game like hardcore for like months, and then I'm like, I'm busy. I have other things going on, and I don't touch games for months. So with streaming, it's like, no, I do want to still play these games that I love. Here's your time.
That's fair. What is the comfort that you derive then from those games? Is it just like knowing the beast in front of you, or the fact that they're long?
I think it's the fact that they're long, and like they're fantasy driven, and like I
Yeah.
love fantasy,
Girl,
swords, bows,
same.
you know, magic. I love those so much. They're so wholesome and like I've always been a fantasy nerd. I've got
Same.
Lord of the Rings up on my walls, on my
Yep.
body. Like
I
I
love
just
it.
love fantasy. So
Yeah.
that for me was like really what draws me in. I'm like, I get to live this life, albeit through a character.
For 100+ hours.
Yeah, for over 100 hours. Like
Yeah.
Skyrim, I think I've played like a modest 300 hours, which I know is not like, all that much in the realm
No,
of people
that's a
who play
lot.
Skyrim.
That's
Yeah,
a
but
lot
people have sunk
for
like
people.
thousands.
Yeah,
Oh, and
I
I've
mean,
been playing Skyrim. I should note I've been playing Skyrim for the last like 5 years. So that's like cumulative over the last 5 years.
that is modest then over the
Intermittently.
last 5 years.
Yeah, so that's why I say like it's not nothing to sneeze at, but it's like comparatively.
Fair enough. So, without further ado, the subject you and I have both been itching for, that we have had calls to talk about for hours on end. I have been your coach,
Yes.
your guru, your champion of this game. Let's talk about Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Oh my god. First, just
Okay.
general thoughts. Like, such a fucking masterpiece, right?
It's incredible. Like, just beautiful, stunning, enthralling. Just I can't get
It's
enough
that
of it.
meme of Lady Gaga being like, amazing,
Yes,
wonderful.
exactly. I think like that. Like I need that clip to play.
Yeah.
Give me a sound alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that game so much, and
It's so
just what a time to just spend
good.
in that world. They didn't skimp on any detail that I can consider, like nothing. It looks so good. The game mechanics are incredible. The music, hello, I
The
can't get enough of
fucking
it.
music. Oh my god. I could write a
So
dissertation on that music alone.
Add that to your
So
other
good.
dissertation.
Yeah.
About Witcher.
Yeah, my other Witcher dissertation. Yeah. I need to put that together. Yes.
One wasn't enough. Let's write
Yeah.
another one.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that game.
Oh, it's so good. And without actually, I should just say this for anyone that would have clicked on this and assumed that it wasn't spoilery, but this is going to be entirely filled with spoilers.
Yeah,
I don't think
entirely.
Rachel has completed the game, but she is like 5 hours from it. So
Yeah.
that's the content we will be covering.
Yeah.
There's like 100 hours we're going over here very quickly.
There'll be all the spoilers.
Yeah. So if you care about that, then goodbye. Thank you for listening this far. But
Nice
if
to
not,
see you.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was really interested in is because you are such a diligent mod. You have watched me play a lot of games that you haven't played, and you have been very spoiled on that, and not like spoiled like, oh my god, you're so spoiled, like you literally have been spoiled for what happens in the games. And you also were such an avid supporter of me that you watched my Witcher ending video, and I believe now you don't really recall like the finer details of that.
I don't.
But you know that there is a sad ending. And how I would love to know how that's affected your gameplay, or how you feel going into the game knowing that there is like a devastating ending.
So I've been thinking on this like topic for a few weeks now, actually, because my whole life I haven't cared about spoilers. In fact, I would actively Google things like watching TV shows, because I was like, I have enough going on in my life. I don't need to be emotionally traumatized by getting attached to a character that's going to die. So my whole life, someone's been like, "Oh God, no spoilers," and I'm like, "Whatever." Like, okay. And I don't spoil things for anybody else. Like, I'm very respectful of other people's opinions. But for me, I was like, meh, whatever. So
I wish I felt that way. That is a superpower. I get mad.
There's a caveat. There's a caveat, because that's no longer really applicable.
Okay.
So Witcher, I started it and I was like, I know there's a sad ending. Been playing along for hours and hours. And as I'm getting closer, the knowledge that there is a sad ending has made me paralyzed. I don't want to make any
yeah.
I don't want to play the game because I don't want to get the sad ending. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I gotta make a decision here. Which one do I make? And so, having gone my entire life not caring about spoilers, I'm like, this is why I don't care about spoilers, but I want to know how to avoid that ending. So
You asked me as
now
well.
I did, yeah.
There's been a
I
couple
definitely.
times, the viewers need to know, there's been a couple times where Rachel has tried to cheat, and she has been like, is this gonna lead me to the bad ending? And I'm like, I'm not fucking telling you. If you get it, we will revel in it together. And if you don't,
Yeah.
I'll be like, bitch, congrats.
I know. I keep like looking for ways out. Like I'm like when I'm streaming it or before I stop streaming it because I want to have the ending for myself, taking a
Good.
page out of your book. I was like, I wonder if someone in chat will like spoil the ending for me. I'm like,
I wonder if they'll just
maybe.
drop
Oh
that
no.
convenient truth.
Oh no. But no one did. I was like, come on, guys.
Come
Like
on,
glad
the viewers are so good.
they're so good. Well, yeah, people would be like, do you want me to tell you? And I'm like, no, I gotta make the decision for myself.
You can't ask me a direct question. You just have to
Yeah.
spoil it.
You just have to spoil it. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure like the ending that I'm heading towards, like I got like after I made the decisions, there's one person in chat being like, that was one of the better ones to make. I was like, okay, all right, cool. So I'm on the right path.
Who are they to
But
decide?
well, they know my stress level about getting the bad ending.
Yeah, fair.
I don't want to see Geralt just waste away with sadness and despair, you know?
Let me tell you, when I say, I didn't even like, you've seen me in games as well. Like, you have seen me like weep because of how a game has affected me. I was furious at my ending. Like, I didn't cry. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, I was furious at this. Like, I never legitimately get angry about like anything. And this game, I was like, surely that's not it. I watched the entire credits because I was like, there has to be something that's popping out
Oh
of
my
this.
gosh.
And I was like, that's absolutely unacceptable. This is not okay. I was so mad.
That's why I'm so nervous. Like, what? No. Yeah, I'm scared.
My ending is 100% a result of my daddy issues, though. Like, so if you're safe from that, you're probably making okay
I don't
decisions.
have daddy issues. I don't have daddy issues. I have mommy issues, though, so, like, will it be a trade-off?
Toss up. We'll see.
We'll find out. Stay tuned for my tweet range.
So,
yeah.
one of the things that Witcher does that is just, oh my god, just extraordinary, like industry level extraordinary, are their side quests and their like environmental storytelling, even to like a lesser degree there. But like their side quests, because I mean, and I've said this so many times to you, I'm sure, but like my firm stance is that an open world RPG is only as good as a side quest, because that is the material that sets it apart from being a mainline story. And Witcher, my god, it fulfills all of those. You know, like it ticks all those boxes. And I would just love to know what your favorite side quest is so far. I can go first if you need time.
Yeah, you go first while I think about which ones. I've loved so many of them, and I also played it kind of disjointedly, where I was like just focused on doing like every single little side quest that I could find. So yeah, you go.
Okay. Okay. So the first three that I can think of are, I'll go in chronological order because of course.
Impressive. Your memory's way better than mine is.
This game means so much to me. I'm so excited to be talking about it right now.
Yes.
But one of the first side quests you get, I don't think it's a mainline quest. I think it is a side quest where you're just like, you're in the first area. You're in White Orchard still, and you're like, I was riding Roach at the time, going along the water path, and there is this like disheveled cottage thing, and there's this woman that is like desperate to get her frying pan out of her house. It's so early in the game, and it is so
Yeah.
impactful for me because it was just like this, like it's like The Witcher. You look at Geralt, and he looks so like seasoned and like sexy, and just like this man that has like seen the world. And then one of the first things you
He's
have to
seen some
do is
shit.
yeah, and one of the first things you have to do as this badass fucking Witcher is to break into this woman's cottage and get a frying pan. Like that's the quest. And I was like, the juxtaposition of this badassery with this mundane, like very Witcher quest. Because like it's
Mhm,
set up how Witchers actually have to survive, where it's just like we're money grubbing, we gotta do anything.
mhm.
And so when
Frying
when I ended
pans. Who knew,
yeah,
right?
and she was so aggressive the whole time as well. Like I love that woman. Would die for that woman.
Yeah,
Um
that's actually probably one of my favorites as well. I had completely forgotten about that one, but I remember coming across it and being like, "Do I do I help her?" Like it seems
Fine.
so like there's bodies swinging over there, but
Uh-huh.
she needs a frying pan, so okay.
You got it. Yeah. Remember, it was a cast iron skillet as well because she
Mhm.
was sad because he had scraped all the ash and like the burnt parts away
Oh yeah, it
to
was
use
cast
it
iron.
for her ink.
I
Like I
remember like
remember
doing
this
that quest.
so vividly.
I remember doing that quest and being like, "Lady, it's not that great because like hot opinion here, but I don't like cast iron pans. I hate cooking
You
with
can't
them.
wash the shit with soap.
I want to clean it. Lady, move on."
Okay. My second one that I just absolutely adored was the first time that you meet a bad witcher. So
Mm,
he's cleared out this town, and like the whole time that you're going through this town and all these different houses is it's just I don't know about you, but I was like I think they were setting it up so that it seemed like you would find a leshen or some sort of
yep,
monster in
yep.
that town. Um, and as you were like clearing out all those areas, it was like this is like suspiciously easy. What's happening here? I'm just finding clues. Like I'm very much last to this scene, and then it
Mhm,
leads you to this witcher that you have to like choose to kill or to be like nah man, it's fine, you can murder an entire village because they didn't pay you, that's cool.
mhm.
Like
What did you
and
decide on that one?
oh, I absolutely decided to kill him.
Yeah, me too.
I was like bitch,
did
we're
you did
fighting,
you let
that's
him
going
take a
down.
drink first?
I did the first time and I
Oh
died.
yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I didn't. Not from the first. I did die the first time because he was
Yeah.
way more powerful
So
than I was
strong.
expecting.
Yeah. Did you
But
realize how you were supposed to be in combat as a Witcher in that scene? Like you saw the way he was fighting and
yeah,
you're like,
I learned
oh, I'm
from him.
supposed to be more fluent than I am.
Yeah. I learned from him a lot,
Uh-huh.
surprisingly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I died. I died like almost immediately that first time because he
me
took that,
too.
that tricksy little drink. And then I was like, oh, okay. I'm not supposed to
No,
be
thank you.
courteous to you. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, third instance and final instance that I will bring up. But there was one in Skellige. And like Skellige, I mean, I've got thoughts and feelings about Skellige. When you
Mhm,
enter it, it's such an epic entrance to this island. It's Ireland, essentially.
mhm.
And it's so cool and the music is amazing, but like being there kind of sucks. And
Yeah.
so I had like real mixed feelings about Skellige. But there was this option for a quest when you go through a village, and it's the only time I think in Skellige that you encounter a leshen. And it's like the first like
Mm.
real encounter for a leshen, at least in my gameplay it was, because like I stumbled upon one in the woods when I was like out leveled, and I was like, what is this tree creature? And then I I defeated that one, but
And
then
then
this
you
one
died.
no, the first one I did totally fine because I was like way over leveled for it. Just cleaning up old
Nice.
quests. And then but then for the one in Skellige, it was like built up so long, and like you have to go through a bunch of different areas where you like there's like totems erected for it, and you have to
Mhm,
destroy those, and then there's like a wolf pack that you have to take down because it communes with nature and everything. And it's like there's constantly like this really insanely creepy and just like delicious environmental sound in the forest, and then you fight this leshen
mhm.
and it's this like lumbering creature and you're like oh shit, fire fire like Igni, come
Yeah.
on. Iggy like just like the whole time.
Right? Yeah.
And then you're doing this in order to save the village because there's like, you know, a series of people that are like, we need to kill whatever beast is in the forest, and then there's another section of people that is like religious and kind of like hereticy, and
Mm-hmm.
they say, you know, like this is our forest god essentially, and you go to fight the Leshen so that whenever you return to the village, you're like, it's all fine. And it's like, oh no, it's cool. We killed the heretic anyways. And it's like, what? Like, when I came back after I'd done all of that for these people, and then they were still just morally so gray, I was like,
So they still didn't like
wow.
you afterwards, right?
It wasn't that they didn't like me. It was that even though I was going out there to save their asses and potentially the religious guy's life so that I
Mm-hmm.
could just get rid of this and he could live in peace with them, they still went and just killed the religious guy because they were like, he's the issue for all
Jeez.
these totems and stuff. And so, like, they killed him even though I was out there solving the problem. And
Oh man.
when I came back and I found that out, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This like it, I feel like it's such an accurate representation of humanity though in that
Mm-hmm.
situation where it's like this is the solution we can see in front of us, we don't know if that witcher's going to come back.
Right.
And I just
Let's
thought that
not wait.
was
Let's not wait and find out.
mind-blowing. Yeah, and
That's
it's like
awesome.
never mind, I'm like Geralt of motherfucking Rivia, like
Yeah. Have they not heard? There's a whole show about it.
so yeah, those side quests, like they're a part of what like makes like defines the game for me. I just
Mhm.
just absolutely mind blowing. But I've talked for like a year. So what are your favorite side quests?
All right, so the pan, definitely, like now that you've reminded me, I definitely loved that side quest.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same one that you said for the second one, which was finding the other Witcher, I
Mm-hmm.
also loved that quest, but I love that quest for like similar reasons, but also it has this part that just encompasses why I love Geralt so much, or one of the reasons why I
Mm.
love him so much, and that's his interaction with children. He
Yes.
is the sweetest little character, and the way they like have him interact with them is so beautiful.
I
Like
agree.
when they were creating and
Daddy
like
issues.
making and developing, right? Yeah. The way that like he not just speaks to them gently, calmly, firmly. He gets on their level, which is something that a
Yes.
lot of adults don't do with children in their real life.
Mm.
And it's something I've always done with kids because that helps them connect with you. Like you are interacting with them on a level that they don't perceive you as a threat or as, you know,
Yeah.
someone who doesn't understand them. And he's so kind
Mm-hmm.
and like oh, the way they like put the little micro expressions in his face while he's talking to this
Mm.
poor child who's terrified out of her mind. He's like
Of
trying to
course,
help
yeah.
calm her down, and I was just like, this is so precious. I pretty much
Yeah.
love any side quest that involves Geralt helping little kids too, because I feel like he
Mm-hmm.
also like sees himself in those children because he was like a little scared kid who got abandoned before becoming a Witcher. Like,
Yeah.
you just see that like they
And
kept
like
that
his love of
trajectory.
Siri. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. It just melts my heart. So that quest I loved so much just to see. I think I have a whole bunch of like screenshots that I took while playing this solo because I was like, look at his face, look
Yeah.
at his
And then
face.
she like rode on his shoulders for the
Yeah.
walk to that village, didn't she?
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
So
he put her up
cute.
on his shoulders and then he said goodbye to her. And like he didn't just like yeet her at the ant and be like, see you later. Like he spoke to the ant, like he helped pay for the girl, and then he went and said goodbye to the girl. So like she had closure from that. She didn't just have some
Yeah.
dude who rescued her just right off into the sunset. Like he actually provided her
Mm.
that like have a good life. I was
Yeah.
just like, that's so sweet.
Also
I
loved
love
that
that.
morally gray aunt as well. How
Yeah,
she was like an alcoholic, wasn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
So
don't
like it
know.
was like, are you abandoning this girl to like a better life? Like this is all she
Yeah,
has, but like we don't know what's gonna happen to her, kind of thing. Like it was just that
yeah.
quest is so good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, an amazing quest, so
Hmm.
good. And then I loved on Skellige. I don't know if it's a side quest or a main quest. When you
Okay.
help, you can choose between the brother or sister to become king or queen of
Oh,
Skellige.
cool. Yeah.
I loved that quest. I don't know if it's a side.
Mm. I feel like
Needs
it's
a
a
main.
secondary quest because they've got so many, like they've got mainline quests and that's all like Siri driven, and then the secondary quests
Mhm.
are super super strong and it's like
Yeah.
political intrigue, and then there's like random frying pan quests. I feel
Yeah,
like
okay, fair. Yeah,
contract
so
and shit. Yeah,
I love that quest so much. I did
yeah.
choose to have the sister become queen because
Of
girl
course
power.
you did. And she was obviously the better
And she
choice.
was way better of a choice. She
Yeah,
was logical and, powerful and
yeah.
cared
Not just
a
like
lot about.
hot-headed warrior.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
went with her. Honestly, I was like sitting there and the brother's like going off all crazy and I
Mm.
was like, she's actually like, let's think this through. Let's plan
Yeah.
this out. Let's
She
go
was the clear
carefully.
choice.
Absolutely, in
Yeah.
my opinion. If you chose otherwise, like you're just wrong.
Yeah. I
Hot
get
take.
you. I get you. Yeah. Not so hot.
Yeah, not so hot.
Tepid. Tepid waters here. It's fine.
Room temperature. But yeah, I loved that quest line a lot.
Really good.
It's
Yeah, I
very
thought
fun.
that was really cool. That definitely made Skellige like worthwhile, was all that stuff with Saris.
Mm-hmm.
That's her name, right?
Serious. I
Yeah.
think so. I'm so
That
bad
feels
with
right.
names.
It's fine.
So
Someone will let me know if I'm wrong anyways.
let us know down in the comments.
But branching off of that, do you have any like favorite monster stories? Like okay, maybe like what's your favorite one to have gone against, or do you have like an epic tale from, you know, going up against monsters?
I don't really have like an epic tale, I don't think.
Okay.
I think my favorite was fighting the Leshen.
Okay.
I came across a
And where
Leshen.
did you
I
do that?
was where?
Yeah, where was that?
I was I think I was still on like the main I don't think I was in Skellige. I think I was mm,
There is one
elsewhere.
in Velen.
Yeah, I think it was the one in Velen. I was
Okay.
heading towards one of the place of powers, the power markers. It's like way up on a
Oh,
hill, and
yeah.
I was at the base of it trying to get to it. And all of a sudden, there was this giant tree guy hanging out in front of me,
What
attacking me, and
up?
I was like, hold up, and I just like ran around him because I was like, you're super cool. Like I just want to be friends. Can we be friends? Like, do you have to attack me? He
Can
did in
this be
fact
an
have to
Ent
attack me.
situation where I
Yeah,
could
could this
be
be? Can I be Merry and
married?
Pippin? No, we're not orcs. Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to kill you. Actually,
Mm,
um, he in fact did almost kill me. The
right.
only reason I survived was because this random traveler just joined in the fight. No idea who it was.
That's
Never
amazing.
spoke to them ever again, and they just were
That was
helping
your
me attack
soul
them.
connection.
I tried to go like running after them to be like, "Can you talk to me?" And they were just
Were
like,
you
"What?"
supposed to do
I was like, "What just happened?" Like I was gonna lose the fight probably, and they literally refused to talk. There was no dialogue options. It was the strangest thing. They
this?
were just
Bizarre.
like, "What stranger?" I was like, "All
That
right,
feels like a mistake.
right." I
That feels
think
like
it
you
was just
drew
like
it into a different section of the map that it was supposed to be,
I
and it
probably
interacted
did.
with an NPC. Like that feels completely unintentional, which is amazing.
Agreed. I thought it was so weird. And like I kind of stayed in like the same foresty clearing area, but there was a
Yeah,
path like really close by. And so I think they just happened to be traveling along that path at the
amazing.
exact moment I was also traveling on it to help me kill this Leshen.
Love
Um,
that.
but yeah, I did not kill the Leshen in the quest that you described as being one of your favorites. I
Mm.
I went with the Leshen because I had seen it in the previous fight, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Nah, fam, like you're pretty cool." Like,
You can
one,
keep
I
your
don't really.
wolves and your totems.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
was like,
I'm gonna peace out.
I'm not. Who am I, the person who just arrived on these shores, to say that you must die? Like that feels very inappropriate, very
Fair.
Witcher savior advice.
Fair. That
But
that
yeah,
makes sense.
they were not pleased with me in the village, though. Not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
did get kicked out, and I was not
Listen, they
welcome
were
there
all a bunch
again.
of assholes anyways. It didn't matter.
Exactly, exactly. Now knowing that they still killed the person, I was like, all right, that makes me feel a lot better about my decisions. So I was like,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
fine. But they were also just like, who do you think you are coming in here to tell us our ways? And I was like, what?
I'm a
I was,
witcher.
I was
Monsters
like,
are what
I
I
wasn't
do.
exactly. And to me, I guess like I see the Leshens and I'm like, they're not like the drowners or
Mm,
the hags. Like they do go out of their way to attack you, but like they don't seem to attack the NPCs. So it's like
Mm.
maybe they do, maybe they don't in the lore. I don't know, but I think they're super cool. So like, yeah, he can live. that one. Just today, everyone gets to live.
Fair.
But yes, that's probably like the best monster in my opinion in The Witcher.
Mm.
And
See,
yeah.
I have a very deep appreciation for the werewolves in Witcher. They all
Oh.
have just extraordinary stories.
Mhm.
And there's that like I'll only talk about one of them, but each werewolf I came across really impacted me. There's one that you come across with Yen, and it's like I just wanted to help it really badly, but I never went back to fulfill that quest. Um, so it was long. It's just such a long game. But
Mhm.
there was a werewolf that you have to fight that is like known for being unreasonably difficult at the beginning of the game. It's like around the Bloody Baron quest. Um, and that Witcher 3 is one of the first games I ever completed. So this quest almost broke me. I was like, can I even fucking play video games? Like, what is this? And I
Yep.
had to research so hard. And like, it was like commonly known as like a really unreasonable fight right in the beginning. Um, and so, like, I remember I tried it so many times. I recorded myself and sent it to Ned, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? What's happening here? I watched tutorials, and it was just like, it was just a God, a devilish cocktail of me not knowing like game mechanics generally,
Mhm.
and also just
Mhm.
how hard this monster was. And like I think I didn't know like the inventory system is so hard. And so like I feel like
Mhm.
at the beginning I was just like, I don't what am I doing wrong? Like I was just
Mhm.
so frustrated. But after I defeated it, I was like I think I was like so emotionally spent that after I defeated it, I was like, oh, thank fucking God. It's about time. Like now it's over
No
again.
mercy.
And then I just like shut off the game. I was like, I don't want to be playing this right now.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I think that quest actually was what made me take like a few month hiatus in between playing that game. Like I was one. Like I understand when people are like, I tried to play The Witcher, I didn't get into it because I was that person. Like I played
It's an
it,
uphill
I
battle.
I got to that quest, and then I was just like, fuck this game. Like, what is happening? And when I went back to it after a few months, I was like, I am level like 2. This werewolf is
That's what
level like
happens.
15.
Yeah.
I'm out. And so I just dipped. I didn't kill the werewolf. I left him in his den for like a long time. And then I went
Okay.
back to that area and I killed him within like 3 strokes because I was level like 25 and it was level
Stop.
like
Oh my
5.
God. That's amazing. You're
But
like, I'll be back. take
I'll see you again
take
later.
a little vacation.
Yeah, but I have learned that you can't always do that with quests. You can't always take your sweet time
Yep.
because your NPC might die. I had
Yep.
that happen in the pearl diving quest.
Mm.
That random dude really wanted some pearls to maybe give to his lover. I don't know why he wanted them, but I was helping him out like a
Oh.
good Witcher. And I'm swimming around and I'm like, oh, let me go loot this one and this one and this one. And somebody in chat was like, you might want to start heading back to shore. And I'm like, I'll go back in a second. He'll just be waiting. And so I waited and I got back there and then I was surrounded by like 6 drowners and he died. I was like, I can't fail a quest. And so I went back
You
to my
thought
save point and I lost like 20 minutes of gameplay, but I saved him. The second time I like got the pearl and I turned around and just booked it back to shore.
that's
Saved the guy.
hysterical.
Yeah, I was like, aha, I am not used to quests that the person you're helping can die.
I
Didn't
love
expect
that.
that at all. Yeah.
I don't think I did that one.
That was a
But
good
that's
one.
really
It was
cool.
fun. I was grateful for chat being like, hey, you should head back to shore for no reason. Come back. Yeah, good times.
Did you do all those ghosty ones? Like the spirits with oh, she's the worst one. Neither of us like her. Kira Metz? Is that a
Yeah, I
name?
did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so the tower where you go in and there's like the ghosts and you have got that phantom light and stuff,
Hmm.
and you
Hmm.
go all the way to the top and it's like a laboratory, and there's that
Yep.
woman who's a
Mhm.
scorned lover, and you finish
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So good. Whenever
What a good
it's
quest.
oh my god, I was so creeped out because like you know me, like the community knows me. I'm such a wuss. I can't do scary things at all. And like going in, and I was just like, I think I was actually on the phone with Ned while I was doing it. I was like party chat or something, and I was like, why is this so scary? I was like, why can I see dead people? I don't like this. What is this lantern doing? Can they interact with me? Like I was like constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, and um but then like once she like told me her story and I was like, ugh, this bitch. I was so tired of her. I was like, this was a gruesome and horrible way to die, and you absolutely didn't deserve it. But I also don't really care about your ghostly existence. But I fulfilled the quest, took her back, and then she murdered him, and I was like,
I know. I was like, you straight
that's
up just used me. So rude.
what a cool quest though. Like
Absolutely.
she played the damsel in distress, scorned lover, and
Mhm.
she was just like, I just want to be with my love, and then murdered him, like
Just
straight
straight
up
up
killed him. And
ganked
I was
him.
like, I was like, what a badass. I was like, I hope that's the kind of like ghost I am if I have like
Mhm.
been murdered, you know?
Mhm. Fair. Yeah,
So
that
cool.
was. I love that twist on that quest because
Yeah.
you're so like, yeah, this poor woman, like, and I think she was valid, like, in the reason why she ganked this guy, but it
Oh
was
yeah, he left
just
her
so
there.
surprising. Oh, that's right. He
He
was a
took
piece of
she
shit.
was like
He was a piece of
she
shit.
was
Got it.
paralyzed by a potion or something, and she was eaten alive by
Oh,
rats.
oh, you're
Something
right.
something like
Oh, I
that.
forgot that one.
There might
Yeah.
have been actual like torture involved as well, besides just like the rats, but it was like he fucking left her there. I think they were supposed to escape together or something, and he just like dipped out.
Yeah, that's right. He was a
Hmm.
giant coward.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
he deserved to die. Like he deserved her
Hmm.
swift and cruel justice.
Agreed.
um,
Yeah.
I didn't think about this before, but I've got such strong opinions about it, and I feel like you probably do as well. Let's talk love interests for this game.
Ooh.
I want to know how you feel first, and then I can divulge my feelings afterwards.
Fair. So in my current playthrough, I Geralt and Triss are the couple, not
Okay.
Geralt and Yen. And I don't so because I had that really long break in between starting the game and continuing the game, I
Uh-huh.
just had like a vague sense that Yen was just super rude. And I was
She is, yeah.
like, Geralt deserves better.
He
Like,
does.
he deserves better than someone who's just scathing and sarcastic and like
Condescending.
moody, so condescending. I was like,
Mm.
he deserves better. Anybody deserves better, And so I just went with Triss. But it's very interesting how the game very much wants you to be with Yen. Like, there's
Oh,
so
it's
many different
she's 100%
dialogues.
canon. Hmm.
Yeah, there's so many different dialogues, and I'm like, I can't say any of these things because I'm with Triss. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
to be flirty. I don't want to be forward. Like, none of that. And sometimes it's not like you can't avoid it. There's so many times like towards like the end, like with the fighting
Uh-huh.
at Kaer there's like a few different dialogue
So good. Oh,
interactions.
that's
I
a
was
side
like,
quest too. God damn it.
is
It's
that one
so good.
is that one side?
I think
That
so.
felt so mean.
Yeah.
That felt
That
so
drunk
mean.
quest is everything though. And
Yeah.
I loved telling Yen to like go fuck herself, where she was just like, I've been a moody bitch to you all day, but let's go have sex and make up. And I was like,
Right.
bye, I'm gonna get drunk with the
No.
boys. Like
Yes, I did the same thing.
such a good
But yeah,
quest.
so it's such a good one. But yeah, so I definitely have I prefer Triss and Geralt. I wish there was more opportunities for them to actually be a couple.
Mm,
Um it was revealed just how bad I am at like initiating relationships like
okay.
because of that game. So when you do the quest with Triss where you like go and rescue the other mages and stuff from
Uh-huh.
Novigrad, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to the docks and you basically
Mm.
like I was like, all right, I want Triss to stay. And so we're going through the dialogue and there's like very clear options to take where he's like, I love you, stay with me. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, well, I don't want to guilt her into staying. I don't want to be
Same.
too forward. I had to restart it 4 times. I had to watch the cutscene
You
because I was
restarted it?
so. No, not the whole game, but just that one save line, basically, where you
Okay.
leave the sewers and go out to the dock. Leave the
Okay.
sewers, go out to the dock. Leave the sewers,
Oh
go out to
my
the dock.
god.
Because I couldn't get it right. I had people in
Save
chat being like,
scrubber.
"What is wrong with you?" Like, oh, absolutely. I am not even ashamed of that.
I did not. I made my choice. Like I made my choice and I was like, well, that's it. But no, see, I have an argument for um for our experience with this as well because like straight up if I okay, put myself in Triss's shoes, if
Mhm,
I was taking care of my people,
mhm,
going on like this activist mission that was incredibly
mhm.
important to me, and this man was like, "I love you. Stay here in Novigrad with me, where you're basically a criminal for being alive." I was like, I treated her like how I would want to be treated, like a woman
Same.
and like a
Mhm,
person who's got her own
mhm,
shit she has to do.
mhm.
I was like, I can love you, but I can let you go do the thing that's important to you. And
And
I
then you
was
come
like,
back.
yes. And I was like, this is how you love a person in real life. Like this
Yeah.
is and so I made my choices and I was like, that was probably the right thing to do. And then didn't
And then
get
she
Triss.
sails away.
Didn't get Triss. And I was like, excuse the fuck out of me? Like
Right.
I
I did the
treated her
same
like
thing.
a human. I respected her.
Same.
I was
I
just
didn't
like,
want
and
to
I
guilt
don't
trip
get
her
her.
into
Yeah.
yes. 100%. That's where I went with the first round as well. And I definitely went back to the same because I wanted to have the Triss relationship and the Triss
Mhm.
storyline. So I definitely went back a couple times. I'm not even ashamed of that. I haven't done that for any the important Siri decisions. If I
Sure.
make a decision, I've made the decision. It's like the side quest ones where I'm like, meh, doesn't really affect the main storyline that much,
Sure.
but it's something I wanted. But yeah, I had to do it a few times because just like you, I was like, she's her own person. She has to
Yes.
take care of her people. She'll come back to me.
Yeah.
And people were like, no,
She
I was like,
deserves
because
to
she's,
live her truth and be a strong,
yeah,
independent woman. Who am I
she
to be like,
doesn't
nah,
need
bitch,
me.
stay with me in Novigrad, this place where people hate you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
terrible.
I was so confused by that one. I was just like, I played it, as you said, the way I would want to be treated.
Yeah,
It was like, no, you have to
the
tell her that you love
audacity.
her. I was also just like, I was like, he's going to say he loves her?
Like, this
That's
is
so
too soon.
soon. That's so
Yeah,
soon.
I'm
It's like,
so with you. But
I'm so grateful that you understand that.
I completely understand it. But
Mood.
however, would you like a bit of a spoiler on Triss that's not in this game? It's
Sure,
Witcher 1
yeah.
and 2. Okay.
Please.
So the next time that I play this game, because I have said, and I absolutely will do this, I don't know where I will, don't know where I'm going to get the spare 80 to 100 hours to do this,
There.
but I'm going to be playing Witcher 3 again. Um,
Mm-hmm,
I'm going to make different choices because
mm-hmm.
it genuinely was a learning experience. But in Witcher 1 and 2, it apparently it dives into some of the book information where
Okay.
Triss is actually just as problematic as Yen, if not more
Oh
so,
no.
because there is a time
Great.
where Geralt gets amnesia from something. Um, I can't remember what
Okay.
exactly it is, but she uses like a love potion on him and like just keeps drugging him basically to be in love with her, and then eventually he like comes out of it and then he remembers that Yen exists and he's like, oh, I love Yen. But it's like, Triss, you straight up drugged this man. Like this was not a consensual
Oh
beginning to this
no.
relationship. Like he grew to love her, but it's fucking Stockholm
Oh
syndrome.
no.
So Geralt deserves better than both of
Absolutely.
them.
Good
And
lord.
the next time that I play it,
Carol
I'm gonna
deserves.
the next time I play it, I'm gonna sleep with both Yen and Triss and be like, "Fuck you guys! I'm not making a choice
Nice.
about either of you. I'm just gonna be with Siri." Like,
Amazing. That's
yeah,
actually a really good note because I was told if you have him sleep with both of them, you lose both of them, and I was like, that sounds so sad. He deserves to have someone like Triss. Apparently not. Um, oh man, that's crazy.
mm-hmm.
Wow, wow,
It's
wow.
wild stuff.
Also, I think if I had any complaint about the whole game,
Tell me.
why does she look like Wendy from the American fast
Oh,
food chain. With the
buns.
pigtails and the bright red hair. Like, red hair exists, clearly, but like
I don't have a
gestures vaguely.
problem. Gestures, yeah. For the audio listeners, she just pointed to me. But I don't have an issue with like the fire engine hair. I think it's quite cool. I think it's
Mhm,
so annoying that her costume, her character skin is
mhm.
like way worse than Yen's. Like Yen
Yeah,
looks so sexy and
yeah.
badass and her stuff is like perfectly tailored. And then
Mhm.
you see Triss and it's just like this bitch just left a carnival. Like I don't understand. But
Yes! Like, the
I don't
hair
know
is
why she's got
fine.
that little
Why
cape
does
and
her
shit.
shirt Right, why does that have to be mustard yellow? It's just further cementing the fact that she looks like Wendy. Like,
Yeah, you're right. That's an uncomfortable
that's my only
connotation.
complaint. I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to ruin that one for you. Oh, man.
Which are so good.
So
But
good.
unfortunately, we have reached the end of our Witcher discussion for today. I'm
Ah!
sure we can have another episode where we talk about what ending you get, and then we
Mhm.
can like sift through so many nitty-gritty details of this game, and I will be
Yes.
delighted to do so.
Heck yeah.
Um, but thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
You're so welcome. And just quickly before we end this podcast, I just want to say a quick thanks to my wonderful community. You guys have been so patient with everything. And I'm now in the process of building a PC, which you've all been very, very
Ooh.
excited for me. And just like just hopping into Discord on occasion and people have like messaged each other or they're like, oh my God, the new emotes are so cute. Just like
Mhm.
random little things like that, like talking about their day, talking about like the food they've had or like their fur babies. Like I've said, I think I say this like every episode, but I appreciate this community so, so much. And the never ending patience that you all have with me. And of fucking course, I have to acknowledge this incredible woman with me right now. Rachel is an absolute superstar. She is there for every single stream. She is there wielding that little green sword and telling everyone to like stay in line. And if not that, she is just unending support and always like, tech support on the sidelines if I've missed something and she texts me and she's like, Ellie, this is an issue. And I'm like, shit, okay. But Rachel is just an absolute like, oh God, just an invaluable part of this community, and I just appreciate you to freaking death. Um, and you're
Aw,
a part of this community as
thank
well,
you.
so you're welcome. So, is there anything that you'd like to
Thank
say
you.
to the community, or are you good
Um,
to go?
no, your community
Bye.
is incredible. Yeah, bye. I don't want to talk about it. All the nice things you just said about me. Bye. Um, yeah, no, the community that you have built is incredible. Like, everybody
Thank
is
you.
so supportive and kind and wholesome and beautiful, and you can really see how much both you care about the community and how much the community cares about you through every stream within Discord, all the support for the different endeavors that you have, people discussing like your blog post either in your chat during stream or on Discord. Like, it's crazy cool to see how much support you've built in such a short period of time, and your attention and care for everybody is really what brings it all together.
Thank
Um,
you.
Super impressed and happy to be here. I love to support you and your endeavors and everything here. It's been truly an honor.
Oh my
I mean
God,
that 100%.
you're gonna make
I've
me
also learned so
cry.
much from you, but that's another topic of conversation.
Oh my God, you are
But yeah,
too good to
100%.
me. Um, but without further ado, we're going to wrap up today. But Rachel, where can everyone find you?
I stream on Twitch Monday,
You do.
Wednesday, Fridays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern to whenever I end. My Twitch handle is writers_revenge. My Instagram is writers_revenge gamer. Um, Twitter is also writers_revenge. I've pretty much been writers revenge on all corners of the social media 11 years. So
Wow.
that's just
Okay.
that's just who I am online. But yeah, that's where people
Awesome.
can find me.
And you should find her, especially if for nothing else, just look at her beautiful Witcher screen caps. They're stunning. She's managed to rig the system to actually make her own photo mode. It's incredible.
Mhm.
They're so beautiful. She can tell you the hack on that if you want. So reach out
Yes.
to Rachel at Writer's Revenge on everything. Um, and without further ado, you can stay up to date with all things late to the game on redelligamer.com. That is REDELLIEGMR.com. And with that, you will find links to our community Discord, to all of my socials, to my blog posts and videos, and everything else under the sun that I do. And we will catch you next time on Late to the Game. So bye, everyone.